But let's go ahead and get started. Titles and tags, I think, are one of the most effective ways to get your videos found on YouTube when you're first starting. Even if you don't have to enter me, I'm just here to support you. Aw, Alexis, you're awesome. But even if you've been on YouTube for a while, still having an effective title and your tags can make such a difference. Sometimes with some of the funkiness that is YouTube, sometimes subscribers don't see your videos right away, or if a lot of people are uploading at the same time, things can get buried. When you are putting your effort into your YouTube videos, go that extra mile. Make sure your videos can be found, can be searched, because you don't know who is looking for that content. And I recently was looking at the people who were searching for YouTube videos and found some of my stuff. And I had someone searching plus size beauty gurus. And it brought up a couple of my videos. This is actually something I failed to do for the longest time. Me too. It took me like 6-7 months before I realized that having quirky titles, while they were funny, wasn't the most effective for having my channel and my videos found. And I like to kind of mix the two. I think that while you can have, it took me several years. Well, at least you're honest, girl. But again, I mean, I still sometimes, like on my vlogs, I get lazy and I'm like, vlog number 31, rattlesnake. When, you know, I could put a little bit more effort into this, but titles and tags just will rock your socks off. If you guys are having problems staying connected or if there's a connection issue, I do post the replays of my scopes onto my YouTube channel. So if for some reason your connection is just not working for you, head over to YouTube. Normally I post them tonight or tomorrow morning, so you can check them out. Now back to titles and tags. Hi from Pennsylvania. Hey, Miss Trenchcoat, you guys are in the same state. When you're doing a title for a video, think about what video content you are trying to share with your viewers. For example, on this 31 Days of YouTube, we talked about titles and tags. So obviously the video that I created about titles and tags, thank you guys for all the sharing and the hearts, by the way. I made sure that those were in the title because my logic behind this was, okay, if someone wants to have more information about titles, what are they going to search for? They're going to search titles for YouTube videos or something along those lines. So your titles, believe it or not, it's been proven, have a huge SEO value in the searchability of your videos. They do so many different things. They engage your viewers. They attract viewers along with your thumbnails. But here's another insider tip, so to speak, that I actually learned from, oh my goodness, what is his name? Daryl. I shared him on my channel yesterday. Daryl, this is going to bother me until I look it up, so pause. Daryl Eves. How could I forget this guy? Daryl Eves. He said on one of his videos that your Halloween, he said that one of the things you can do is make your, I was like, Miss Trenchcoat drinking champagne again? I'm kidding, Alexis. But your thumbnails should work with your title. I also try to have really catchy photos as well for my videos. I'm going back to check my tags. Well, thank you for joining us, by the way. But yes, catchy photos with a straw. Oh, there's another Glampire girl, Deb. I was going to say Derek Halpern, and it changed. It changed it to Halloween. Actually, autocorrect is something we're going to be talking about in tags. But, yes, tomorrow we're going to be talking about thumbnails, so I don't want to kind of jump ahead. But your thumbnails, your tags, and your titles are one of the most important things you can do for your video. So here are some of my suggestions on titles. Make them relevant to what your video is about. Running around there, he took off from Area 51. I'm a little north of Area 51. I'm about 4 hours north. So if he runs up to Albuquerque, but in your videos, you should have relevant titles. You don't want to mislead people, because when people don't want to be misled. They don't want to watch a video about a planner when you're really doing, you know, you're bashing a planner or something like that. You want to keep it very relevant. Now, here's another tip that I've learned. How to versus epic, incredible, trendy, questions, lists. Always, always, always. Extra tip, your file name for your videos when you upload should be the same as your title. Yes. Thank you, Miss Trenchcoat, for that. That's another pro tip. How many tags total? We'll answer that when we talk about tags. But those are all searchable terms that a lot of people use when they're searching for videos. So if you include, for example, how to in your title, it increases your searchability. Now, also, do your research. You can look online. For example, I'm just going to use the tags and titles. So I would search online how to increase my searchability with YouTube tags. That's a lot of words to search by. So if you pick a few of those words and put them in your title, you're increasing your searchability. Misleading titles do lead to audience drop-off, so be very careful with that. While it's fun to be humorous, I think you can be humorous and relevant at the same time. So do we have any more, when it comes to titles, do we have any more thoughts, comments, questions on titles? Something else that just popped into my feeble brain, if you've had your channel for some time and you want to go back, and thank you for the hearts, you guys. I hate clickbait. Me too, girl. I get clickbait. At least it didn't autocorrect something worse than that. I do the same thing, like, when I'm searching for a video, because my life, like, I've learned everything I need to know in life from YouTube. So I'm searching things and learning how to do things on iMovie. Autocorrect sucks on my phone. I have the 6+2, and it comes up with some of the dandiest things to tell people. But then again, if I don't use autocorrect, my spelling sometimes, not so good. Click work orange. But when I'm like searching for different things on YouTube, trying to find what I'm looking for, I always keep in mind like what I'm researching, because if I'm going to be creating content that I'm doing research for, I may want to remember some of those relevant terms. So, do we have any more questions, comments, thoughts on titles? We can always come back to this if you guys want. Now I have the theme song in my head. That's why I laugh so hard, because it immediately, boom, into my brain. Let's talk about tags here for a little bit. Sorry. Tags are so important on your videos, you guys. Take the time to put tags in. Now, if you guys want to learn how to use tags on your video, go to my blog, mandyjeanchic.com, and I actually created a video today, which was one of the first actual tutorial videos that I've done using my screen capture. So proud of myself. So if you can go up and just put some likes on that, that'd be great, because that'd make me feel really good. But teaching you guys how to actually do the tags. Your tags, you have a 500 character limit. Now, how many of you think 500 characters, that's a lot? It's actually not. Because if you're putting in your title and your relevant tags and other tags, it adds up really quick. So here are my suggestions when using tags. I've heard there are 4 different types of tags. You have specific tags. So that would be one-word tags, like thumbnail, title, YouTube, tips. Also put your name and business name or brand name exactly, because, when I first started, actually, not to go off here, but, Alexis, for example, when I first started following you, I hit subscribe, but that was when YouTube was having all their bugs where some feed wasn't showing up. So I knew you posted every Sunday with planner videos. So I would go up, and if I didn't see your videos, I would type in Miss Trenchcoat, which is probably why you had a lot of searches for like a month with your name. But if she would not have been doing that in her videos, it would have come up with her channel, but then it also comes up with all of her videos. So awesome tip. Thank you for sharing that. But when it comes to one-word tags, think about the most relevant searchable tags you would use in your video. what are one word that would describe your video? And you can list those. Compound tags are more than 2 words. So short sentences, you know, I always put the title of my video in my tag because normally my titles are pretty straightforward now. I take the title and I twist it around a little bit, take out some of the filler words like and the and stuff like that. But you want to use your tags as most effectively that you can. Generic terms are also descriptive, exactly. You know, if you're doing a planner video and you are comparing the Happy Planner to the Erin Condren, you want to say Erin Condren Life Planner versus the Happy Planner, but then you also want to go Erin Condren, Happy Planner, and then you want to use Manby, and then, you know, maybe ECLP. So think about all the ways that people are going to be searching and what they're going to be looking for, and use that to your advantage. I always recommend taking 5 to 10 minutes and just making a list. Or while you're waiting for your video to upload, spend that 5 to 10 minutes and just write that stuff down. Because if you're like me, my brain doesn't remember everything, so I have to write stuff down. I even have a sheet in my planner, actually, that I write tags down, because I also use the same tags for some videos. For example, like plus size beauty guru, plus size fashion, plus size haul. Keep a master list is super helpful. Bingo bango. Yes, it is. Now, when it comes to generic tags, if you are filming a legit tutorial, always include, that's why we have planners, yes. And Miss Trenchcoat actually has a awesome, do you use tag defaults? Sometimes. I use tag defaults for the state that I'm in, because that's relevant to most of my videos, because I do brand living in the Southwest. I use sometimes fashion, beauty, depending on the video that I'm making. If your channel is strictly, what are default tags? Default tags are tags that you list on your videos every single time, and they're always the same. I have a selection of tags that I keep in there. Yeah, and your channel is also very branded to productivity planners and things of that nature. Being a lifestyle channel, I don't want to mislead people by having a set of default tags. So my default tags are my channel name, my name, New Mexico, and then I also have a list of tags that I add in, for example, if I'm doing an outfit of the day, or if I'm doing a 4x4 video. Is default tag part of branding? To a point. If your channel is branded to something very specific, yes. You can see a list of tags default on your videos. You can. And I fully support taking the time to really think of some default tags that work for you, because with YouTube and having so many creators, my default tags are my name, Miss Trenchcoat, Strange and Charmed, etc. Yeah, so basically your brand and what your channel is kind of geared toward. So Deborah, actually I was up reading your blog today, and I saw your post about Periscope. Actually, Miss Trenchcoat told us about it, so I went up there and checked it out. So, I mean, that may be something you want to talk about when you are doing your videos and having some of your default tags. If you are specializing in a certain type of writing or freelance writing, brand, what you use for your brand, I would use as your default tags. But again, just be very careful where if you're filming a video where the default tag does not apply, you can just take it off. And you can take it off in a video and it will not remove it from your default settings. Also, by the way, because I learned that, because I was like, if I delete all these, am I going to have to put them back in? You can take them off. Now here's another pro tip that I learned from Derek Eves, and that, or Daryl Eves, misspelling some tags. As we found out on the scope, autocorrect is awesome, and sometimes it'll spell for you. Or if you're like me, sometimes you just spell things how you want. And misspelling certain tags, if you have the space, or if it is a word that you know a lot of people are going to misspell, put it in there, because you would be shocked at how many people misspell things. I misspell stuff all the time because, like, when I get my nails done, my nails will hit extra keys. It's amazing how that happens. I don't do it on purpose, but it happens. But then it also shows at the top of your video, we search videos for XYZ that you spelled incorrectly. That gets me so many views because stationary, yes, I never know which is which. I'm so thankful for spell check because if I did not have spell check, I don't think I would have passed college. I don't think I would function as an adult or be taken seriously because sometimes my spelling, not so good. Color, yes. I always still get confused sometimes, like with G-R-A-Y and G-R-E-Y. I'm like, So, prime example, the word color. You may want to put in C-O-L-O-R and then put in C-O-L-O-U-R and C-O-L-A-R because you never know how people are going to spell it. Something else I have to do, I use European spellings a lot. That's actually so great. I've never thought about that because being worldwide, people do spell things differently. Something that is very specific to my channel is Aussies is color, yeah. It does make sense. Being in New Mexico, I get a lot of people who ask me why my videos aren't in Spanish. I'm like, because I'm in New Mexico, for one. But it's just something that searches and it pops up when I put in New Mexico. I get that all the time. I get asked to do Spanish tutorials. I did take 4 years of Spanish, but I did not take it serious enough to do a full Spanish tutorial. But, just an example of your audience. So, I had somebody ask about the tag space, and again, it is 500 characters. The misspelling thing, if you have the space, I would recommend utilizing it. But if you have a video where you have a bunch of relevant tags, but you do see, somebody could spell color differently, you may want to, it might behoove you to add that in. British and American English are important. Most Europeans learn British English. Exactly. Aussies would use S instead of Z's in a lot of words. And again, being YouTube is worldwide, I think that is something that would be very beneficial to think about when you're doing your tags. I don't know as much for the titles. I think that I would save, some of that stuff for the tags because you still will get the searchability. But, just a tip that I've learned, and you guys, seriously, Daryl Eves, he has taught me everything I need to know. Pro tip, don't put tags in your description box. Yes. Because if it's at the bottom of your description box, it does nothing for you anyways. It's been proven that only the first 4 to 5 sentences in your description box are actually searchable. Now, maybe YouTube has increased this or decreased this. I don't know. But that's why in my description box, I always put a couple sentences about what the video is about. I'm sorry I have to keep rejoining. I kept losing my connection. You can. Well, it's against their terms of service. I did not know that. Thank you for sharing that, Alexis, because I didn't know. There's a lot of beauty gurus who do that, who add extra tags in their description box. And I see it and I'm like, it does nothing for you. You can get a strike. That is really good to know. I'm so glad that you're on here for this one because that's something I didn't know. But going back to who said that they were getting booted, go to my YouTube channel and I do post all of my reposts of my scopes onto my YouTube channel so you guys can check it out because Periscope keeps your scopes for 24 hours and I like to be able to refer to things, so I do take the time to upload them to my YouTube channel. Just go to my blog, mandyjeanchic.com. You'll see all my media links on the right hand side. Just click on YouTube and subscribe, but then you can also check out the replay. So thank you, actually, Alexis, for sharing that about the strike, because in YouTube, strikes are taken very, very, very seriously. And if you get 3 strikes, guess what happens? I always rewatch your YouTube. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I tend to edit out some of like the mumbo jumbo, like yesterday when we were talking about the strippers. I was like, not everybody needs to hear this. Yeah, Alexis, you missed that yesterday. I started talking about Brock O'Hearn and strippers at the end of my scope. I also never put the words giveaway in my title, because that also can cause a strike situation. You know, I've heard that, and I wondered about how much YouTube actually takes that seriously, because in my opinion, it's not worth getting a strike for. But I have seen a lot of people who put, you know, July favorites and then in big letters, giveaway. And I wonder how seriously that is taken on what you need to say in your video. Yeah, because there are a lot of disclaimers for videos that people don't take into consideration. And I know, you know, you have to be, in order to win, have parents' permission, be 18 or older. There's a lot of things when it comes to giveaways. I think giveaways would be an awesome video for you. You won't get a strike just for using it, but they will flag your videos if you don't disclaim. You will. Oh, okay. I've never had a strike. I had one when I first started my channel, a copyright strike, because I used a song from iMovie and I didn't list in my description box where the song was from. So I just disputed it with YouTube, and they were like, "Oh, okay," and they took it off. But yeah, that's like some scary stuff. Can you use the word freebie? That doesn't matter, Mandy. I've had, you know, it's really funny when talking in video. When I first started YouTube, it was a little bit different than it is now. I think that when you are having a bunch of giveaways and free printables and stuff like that, I think for searchability, your description box is your best friend. It's not worth, in my opinion, towing the line for an extra subscriber or two for an extra views, because if your channel is taken off by YouTube, have fun with that. And to me, it's just not worth the risk. And I'm sure, you know, some other YouTubers on here would totally agree with me on that. Jaclyn Hill, for example, her YouTube channel was taken down for like a day because someone flagged a bunch of her videos. I got a strike for a giveaway once, and I've had copyright violations that didn't hold up. Exactly. It's like, it's more intimidating, I think, to actually get them, because I had music in the background and got DCMA. Yep. Exactly. You have to be so careful. And that's why in your description box, I always list sources. Because one, I want them to get credited. But I think like when YouTube kind of gets on you about things, it's more intimidating, like the first few times when you're learning, than it is when you're kind of doing this on your own. And that's one thing that I'm loving about the 31 days of YouTube that I'm doing, is because one, I've only had one video taken down a long time ago, also because of a copyright but no strike. I think that they are pretty lenient when it comes to certain things. They just check against their database. Yep. I even put musicians' names in the video credits. See, and that's one thing that I think is very important, to credit sources, because one, it's just good practices. I mean, I don't ever want to claim someone else's videos or their music as my own, but, you know, it also, always get an artist's permission if you can. I know, you know, Paper and Glam, Lisa Marie, she uses that really cool intro video, or intro music now, and she lists in her description box who it's from. They still pulled them. Really? Were you able to get them back up? Or... I only use iMovie Music or YouTube for this reason. Exactly. It's not worth the hassle for me to fight, you know, some of the YouTube cops. I think in order, honestly, for you to get some of your videos back up, was they would make you probably refilm them to remove the background music. What's her name? Lindy Styles up in Aztec, New Mexico. She had a video flagged because she was listening to MTV in the background, and you heard it faintly. But she had a YouTube flag, and they make her take it down and got lawsuit threats. Oh, dang. See? Probably not worth the hassle, right? Do we have any more tag or title questions or anything like that, or comments? Audio mic for free, copyright royalty free. Okay, I've never actually heard of that. This is why I love doing these things, because I learn so much from you guys. And I think that sharing, you know, the wealth of information is important, because, you know, YouTube is scary enough. Oops, you guys can tell my computer screen went dark because my face is now not lit anymore at all. Oops, and then I spelled my password wrong. There we go. I'm sitting in front of my iMac that is like a studio light when I sit in front of it. I think when you find music that you like, and for example, iMovie has cute little jingles and stuff like that. To me, it's just easier just to kind of play by the rules and stay under the radar than it is to try to get away with them. Any more questions, comments, thoughts about tags? Thank you guys for all the hearts. You guys like totally made my Sunday. Just awesome. Okay, if we don't have any more comments or questions about tags or titles, if you guys think of one here in the future, you can leave a comment on my YouTube video or send me an email. I'll always check it. But just a reminder that I have 2 packs of my favorite stickers ever, which are the little cactuses. When you're done, please let people... Let's jump on Skype. Yes, I would love to Skype with you, girl. 500 heart allowance. Thank you, man. Oh, thank you, Deb. If you guys have shared this scope on Twitter or with your followers, automatically I'll enter you in this. The worst thing, I lost 3 years worth of videos. Oh, man. I am so sorry. And they wouldn't help you with anything with that? But if you want to enter to win the stickers, go ahead and enter on Twitter. And then I will enter you into my giveaway. And I will shoot you an email. I will do the announcements tomorrow. Thank you, Alexis and Mandy. Isn't this trench coat, like, the best? I'm so thankful that that girl has been in my life this last 2 weeks. And I really mean that. So if we don't have any more questions or comments, I will let you guys enjoy your beautiful Sunday evening. It is gorgeous here. Alexis, I'll shoot you an email. Okay? You guys have a great evening, and thank you so much for teaching me things. It was an awesome call, or scope. You guys have a great day. Oh, you guys, real quick. Miss Trenchcoat actually posted a video on her channel today about Periscope. So if you guys want to learn more about Periscope, go to her YouTube channel and check that out, because she went really in depth with Periscope. And as much as I've been using Periscope, you guys, I still learned a lot. So check her out. You guys have an awesome day. I will see you guys tomorrow. And we will be talking about thumbnails and publishing. Exciting stuff. Swipe down to end camera. I always do that. Gosh darn it.